Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna teach you some safe operation procedures for the table saw. So before you do any work on changing the blade, unhook the power from the machine. I'm gonna change the blade from a metal to a wood saw blade. Unhook it here. Take off the nut and the washer. Remove your metal blade. Put your wood blade on. Make sure the blade's going towards you. This way it's gonna spin.
Okay.
Put your nut back on. It's all reverse thread, so it's all backwards.
Oh, is it? Okay.
And you use the guide to tighten it up. We're missing the locker on this at the moment, so we're gonna lock it out. And you put your safety plate back on and lower your blade. Want to make sure your blade is at least a minimum of a 1/4 inch higher than the material that you're cutting. Doesn't need to be sticking out really high if you're only cutting a piece of 3/4 inch. And make sure you're using the right blade for the right material. You can cut pretty much everything with a wood blade, just not metal.
Not metal.
And you can cut everything with a wood blade, with a metal blade. It'll just smoke if you're cutting a lot of wood with it. So you try to cut with the right blade, and make sure you keep it oiled at all times. I'll show you how to lock out this machine. So you grab your lockout devices, put it on the lock here, or on the power. Put this through it.
So now this is telling us that
It's not safe to
it's
operate.
unoperational right now.
So anyone that's going to be working on this will put a lock on it.
Okay.
You put your one lock on it, and you keep your key with you. So if anyone else puts a lock on it, they'll remove their key and their
Right.
lock once they've done their maintenance on it. So it can't be started right now. So right now, we're just going to take the blade out because we know the washer is missing. So we're just going to take this blade off.
Just gonna leave the blade off.
Yeah. And I'll just put this back on here. It's gonna have to come off. It's gonna have to come off anyway.
Did that just drop through again?
So that area down there is where you remove all your shavings from the wood.
When it
and the
gets
metal.
full, and yeah.
You want to make sure you keep it clean so you don't start a fire in there. Always keep your key for your lockout in a safe spot where no one else is going to be able to grab it. Preferably on you at all times.
And when he cleans it, he has to log it on the equipment
Any
log?
kind of maintenance or cleaning.
Yes.
Log it in
yes.
the book.
There's a sheet.
Always
I know
wear
where
your
the
eye
sheet is.
protection and your PPE, your earmuffs when operating the machine, and use a guide if you need to protect yourself. If you're depending on what you're cutting, use the guide that we made to help
For cutting stops and
keep the
etc.
stops and stuff through so it doesn't come flying back.
And then I guess keep an eye on the blade, make sure that you don't, you're in accordance with that too, because that's going to give you a little bit of space.
And always check your blade every once in a while, make sure you're not missing any teeth. If it starts to cut, when you're cutting something and it starts to burr a lot, it means you need to lubricate the blade more. And then when you're done, check the blade to make sure you're not missing any teeth.
And teeth and
If you're missing teeth, we take it out of service and we get the blade repaired and sharpened. And that's it. Use your guide when pushing materials through the saw. You got your guide here, and this is your feed guide. Keep your hands away from the blade. Stay away from this area with your hands, right?
Yes.
So always use a guide.
Yes.
Push it to here, and then have someone on that side to pull it.
If it's a bigger piece of material.
That's pretty much it.